Hey, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Gammy. Today I'm creating a 2-page layout using a combination of the Lake Life collection from Stampin'Up. It is close to my heart branded. And then Stampin'Up's Green and Gold, which is this one here, Seasons of Green and Gold. And it has that gold foiling and it has the greens. This is just the backing for this Vellum one here. And then we also have the Graceful Greenery Vellum. So that's what these papers are here. So this one's part of that green and gold. That's just a scrap from a different project I had done. And then look at these ones back here, if I can get a hold of them. These just scream outdoors to me, like hiking and just being outdoors. Look at all these leaves. So in this collection, the one side has the gold foiling and then the other side is just your solid coloring. So we have like those darker greens and then foiling on the other side. I have already rotated all of these, but like look at this one, how much texture it has. I think this would be perfect for outdoor layouts. So I'm going to be using these papers along with some of my Lake Life. And the ones that I'm wanting to use off of this, the Great Outdoors would be perfect. But this zip strip here really inspired me to get out this collection to do outdoors. So I'm hoping I can bring some of these colors in with these trees and zip strips along with some of the green and gold collection. I won't be using any of the lake themes. I am going to keep this more of a hiking layout, but I think some of the colors and some of these word strips might come in handy. So I'm going to try to, I could also use just the outdoors, and we'll see what I have left in the punch outs as well. So like this one here, this plaid, that might bring out some of the colors in both the zip strip and then the darker green for Season of Green and Gold. So we'll see what I actually end up bringing in. I don't have photos printed for this layout yet, but I will be keeping it more on the hiking outdoors theme. I brought in some pine cardstock, and the reason I chose pine is because I really like how it looks with this one. It looks like there's a little bit of the pine color in here. So I'm thinking that shaded spruce for Stampin' Up. So if you had shaded spruce in Stampin' Up's colors, that would coordinate nicely. I also think limeade would go nice, or maybe even jade. Let me pull out some of those colors. This is jade. That's a little too bright. Let me bring in limeade. So this is limeade, and lemon lime twist would be the color I'd recommend for Stampin' Up colors. But look at how nicely that goes with the lighter shade of that. So these are kind of the colors I am thinking. And then I have that zip strip, of course. So what I am playing with is maybe doing something down at the bottom. Let me get this lined up with the world. Maybe doing something down at the bottom with this, and then having that be the transition piece. And then I'm not sure what exactly I'll do up here. Maybe I should bring in some limeade just to brighten everything up a little bit, bring in some more of this lighter green. Let me see what would happen if I brought in the 12 by 12 limeade. This is just looking a little too dark for me. Okay, here's a piece of 12 by 12, and that does really brighten things up. I almost like that better. Over here, it's really dark. Here, let's try to go like this. I have cut the limeade paper down to 11.5 by 11 3/4, and that allowed me to gut out the pine paper here. So I adhered that down all the way to the right of this page and to the left of this page so that it looks like one continuous 12 by 24 layout. I for sure want to bring in these zip strips. And then I cut these two down 4 by 11.5. So then I thought these could go here and just leave a little border around that so that it's not right up on that pine, making it look even darker. I can leave just a little bit of a border there. From the sticker sheet, it's this right up here. It was a 1/2 inch, so I cut it in half so I can have it go on both pages. All right, but I'm not going to remove this one yet from the sticky until I'm ready to put it down. Then I don't have to remove the sticky off of it. This, I cut it, so this is the backing from the top. So I'm thinking something like this, going across that. And then I have my photo placeholders, since I don't have my pictures printed yet. So I have a 4x6. And I could do like a landscape, and then I could put this one on this side, and it could be either a portrait 4x6 or it could be 2 3x4 horizontal photos. I brought in a couple 4x4s, thinking changing up the shape and size of the photos tends to look nice. And then I could put this 4x6 here and either have another 4x6 or I could do vertical 3x4s. Depending on how many pictures I have. I like to have an idea of where my photos will go so I can bring in the embellishments. I used the Thoughtful Wishes, so I cut out some of the leaves and this big piece. I used the Frosted Forest, and I used these pine trees. And I used the Forever Forest, and I used these pine trees. So I have a little combination of all of the die cuts. I also cut out this mountain. So I have these hills. I have a bunch of different trees, and some of them were in my stash, and I just pulled them out thinking maybe they would work. So I just cut a whole bunch of different sizes, different colors. Here's some of those from that Forever Forest. This one layers on top of this one. It's another one from that Forever Forest. This one layers on top of this one. And yeah, just a whole bunch of different pine trees. So I thought it'd be nice to kind of mix and match. And I'm not quite sure where I want my clusters. I'm thinking maybe like that, and I could do some of these smaller ones tucked in and around. Now this one matches that paper, so this one would need to be in front, and then maybe have that one tucked behind. I'm in the process of embellishing, and this was a sticker on the Lake Life sticker sheet. And I am actually going to, I removed the adhesive off of it so that I could play around with it. I'm going to stick it right behind these mountains and make like a third point of yellow. This one I'm gonna pop up on 3D foam tape. I also forgot to mention that I went back in and added toffee cardstock to the backs of my photo mats. So now they're kind of double matted, so when I print my pictures, I can print them without a white border, and then I can trim them just slightly smaller so that there's a white border. These I'll tack back down once I get my pictures tucked underneath. Since I don't have my photos printed yet, or even taken in that matter, I don't have any other hiking photos that haven't been scrapbooked yet, but I will probably add my title beneath that left-hand 4x6 placeholder. So I will probably do maybe a toffee title down below that. I just don't know what I want my title to be yet. So that'll go there, and then I could do some journaling on the bottom of the right-hand page just to fill in a little more of that green pattern paper down there. If you would like me to come back and do a video on putting the photos on this layout and adding my title, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to share that. So I do have 3 wooden elements here. I do have another heart that I could bring in. I kind of like that. It kind of makes that triangle. Let's put it there. And then I have these hearts adhered. This one's popped up and this one's popped up on 3D foam tape. These will all get tacked down once my photo's underneath. I think this is coming together nicely. To add just a little more to these layouts, I am going to bring in my brown pen, and I'm just going to do some dash marks going all the way around, and it'll just bring in that extra touch of brown, and I'll do that on this one as well. Here's a closer look at those embellishment clusters. We have a lot of green going on this layout, but once we bring in our photos, I think the brown will pop more, and I kind of like having all the different shades of green. That faux stitching adds a lot of detail and just brings in even more brown to kind of balance it. If this video brought you inspiration, I'd love for you to hit that thumbs up button. I will have everything I used linked in the description box below. And until next time, live a life worth scrapping. Bye, guys.